Oh my goodness, I think I just did that whole section without it recording. And I just told you the intermediate steps and so many great stories and mishaps. Okay, so I'm doing organic tea, 1 bag of that, 2 bags of organic white tea, which I've never tried. This is my first package, and you just missed me opening it on camera, I thought. And then I've got a tea ball here. It sounds weird to say the tea. That's already, you can see the pink coming out. And I've got some Jamaica, it says, some hibiscus leaves from Guatemala that I bought far too long ago. So using my mom's recipe, I've got ½ gallon of water in here, and then 4 bags. She normally does 2 black, 2 green. That's kind of the classic kombucha, but I'm trying to go low caffeine, and so I'm replacing even these lower caffeine tea bags. This particular tea company says that their white tea is 10 to 20 milligrams of caffeine, and a cup of coffee is 100 to 180. And so white tea, some brands of it, or how it's some styles of it, I guess it has to do when it's picked and hold the whole process that makes up the chemistry of it. And same thing with green tea, and those can be like in the 10 to 80 or 90 milligrams each. So that's what I'm doing, but I've got my caffeine-free floral leaves here, and so now I'm going to brew it for 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and do the next step. So let's go ahead and brew some tea. Okay, good. I didn't want you to miss all the mishaps. So I do brew tea every morning, and I know that you boil it first and then put the tea in. But I'm just thinking kombucha and like it's a big scary thing, and it's not. So I'm going to bring the water to a boil and then add those in like a normal person. Okay, apparently I just shot all that in slow-mo, but it looks like I can turn that off and have the audio. We'll see. If not, you know, then I'm entertaining myself. But I'm just trying to share while I do this. So why not record? So I've got my organic cane sugar, 1 cup, and I'm going to do that while this is hot so it dissolves really well in my green tea, white tea, hibiscus blend. This is pretty much, I'm just going to put this whole bag in there. Okay. So 1 cup of sugar was left in there. It's perfect. So not pro, because I don't have a whisk, and I'm doing this with the washing machine about 6 feet away, and it's going through a spin cycle. But this is Gary V. wisdom in place. He says don't create, document. So I'm not creating, I'm documenting and sharing with you. And we learn from each other. I definitely have learned a lot from other people on videos in this online era that we're in. So, learned how to play guitar, change parts in the car. Just had a trail swing installed, a spare tire holder on my hitch, and spent a long time trying to decide about that, and these off-road tires. Learned how to have a healthy diet for kidneys recently, and so many other things. Learned what a typical response to acupuncture might be, and is it normal if I feel it kind of stirred up afterwards, you know, that sort of thing. All right, I don't think it needs any more of that, and I'm sure it didn't sound the greatest to you. All right, so we'll come back. This has got to cool down, so it's going to take some time. But yeah, then we'll get her in here and get going on it. But it's still a little warm. I want to be good to the SCOBY. I think I'm getting a little impatient, but also the glass is going to be cooler than this pot. So I'm just going to go ahead and swap it over to my big gallon ball jar. So the amount I put in there, it's going to look small. Ooh, and I didn't get all my sugars. Should have whisked it more. All right, Spatula City. All right, Spatula City, that is a pop reference culture to a Weird Al Yankovic kind of B movie. UHF. You should watch UHF when you're in the time for silly, funny humor, and kind of a cult classic kind of movie. Michael Richards, aka Kramer, is also in it. So Spatula City. All right, so I got the sugar in there. That is what the SCOBY needs, the probiotic needs, the bacteria needs to grow. So it's still a little warm, so I'll check back in just in a little bit. Okay, so I cooled it down. There's still a little bit of condensation from when it was warmer, but now it's a little bit more refrigerator temperature up here, a little bit more. There's still temperature differential, but feeling good about it. So got some things here on standby. Okay, so let's just apple cider vinegar, water, probiotic, good health. All right, so this is what my mom sent me from Wisconsin. So we got 2 bags just to help it not leak. No, 3 bags. Okay, she really didn't want, and it looks like some came out of that first bag into the second bag. You know, when they ask you if you are mailing anything liquid. Ooh, I don't know what she said. Probably no. But it didn't leak through. Okay, so this don't really want to touch it if I don't have to. I do at other times when it grows and you have to take it out, but just for now, for starting it, I'm just going to pour it right in. So this is the SCOBY, and it's a portion of the mother. You get a fresh growth of this with each batch, and I'll have to check with my mom actually. I think it's about 2 weeks, but can be, I think, more as low as like 10 days, depending how kind of spicy or kicking you like it to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour this in. And she sent it with a little bit of the kombucha that she had brewed, because that's going to have some sugar in it for it to feed and kind of still stay alive. So basically that's it, okay? So it's really not hard to make, but I still could mess up the brewing a couple times, but it's fine, persevere. It's probably been 2 hours at least since starting to make it. It takes, and it would have probably taken even longer if it would have been higher up, and even longer if it wasn't, if it was more in the summer or something, depending on like your climate control. So this is a nice, beautiful pink that we get from that hibiscus. It wouldn't look quite, it'd be more like yellowy otherwise. But then I just have a washcloth that I'm going to cover, and I've got this little tie. You could, just put a bandana and some twine over it, or you can kind of do it however you want, but that's just gonna look like so. And then I'm just gonna go put it on the shelf and let it hang out. I will probably kind of come and check it periodically because you want to smell here. I'm not aware of hearing anything, but you're going to smell the fermentation, and that's going to let me know that the SCOBY did survive, is doing well. Once I do kind of bottle it and seal it, opening it, then you will hear it. But there you go. That's how you make homebrewed kombucha. And we can do a follow-up video later about how to add the flavors. One thing I did decide that I'd like to try is more local California flavors. Like if I can, it's a little past season for guava, but kind of might be able to find some persimmons. I just was eating kiwi, which is from New Zealand. So New Zealand water. I was thinking, oh shoot, if I could have some fresh kiwi, that would be a nice flavor to put in. But I'll probably be doing kind of berries and stone fruits and things like that. Maybe put some ginger in there. But I put ginger in my smoothie, so we'll see. All right, catch you next time.